How do you know you're dealing with a genuine psychic? Well, there are a few things that you can look for, I'm going to tell you about, and some signs that you're not dealing with a genuine psychic as well. So, one of the things you should keep in mind is that any healer or intuitive psychic who you seek for guidance and assistance should be somebody who has complexity. They have been to the darkness and back. They've evolved. They've applied the wisdom that they've gained to their work. So the first sign you should look for in a genuine psychic is somebody who has hit rock bottom, someone who has journeyed to the dark side and back. What do I mean by that? They have gone through a dark night of the soul. They have questioned everything, lost their faith and gained it back. And they know why they're doing the work that they're doing. It gives them purpose because they know that there's really no point in being alive unless you're helping guide others on the same path that you have walked. They are holding the lantern out in front and paving the way for others. And you should look for somebody who primarily does their work because they've been to the darkness, they've come back, and they want to help others come back to the light as well. Without having journeyed deep into the darkness and found hopelessness on their path, they will not value the purpose of life. They will not value what they're doing as much as somebody who hasn't. How can they deliver a message to you that will bring you light if they themselves have not traveled on a similar path? How can they be of assistance to anyone if they have not gone through a dark night of the soul and allowed blind faith to save them? So here's another sign that you're dealing with a true psychic. Real psychics admit mistakes. They know they're human. We are human. We're also skilled in using our intuitive abilities, but we are walking a path of a human life, and we are evolving. We're learning and reviewing what we've done before and trying to get better all the time. If the psychic you're dealing with has no interest in learning something new or getting better, honing their craft, then I would be skeptical. Maybe they're just not self-aware, and that's okay. Everybody's at the point in their journey they're supposed to be at. But a real psychic who is self-aware and able to really help people will be able to admit when they've made a mistake. They don't have all the answers all the time. Nobody does. I look back on the work I did a few years ago, and some of the ideologies I had at that time would not be consistent with what I believe now. And thank God that I'm developing and evolving, because if I weren't, I wouldn't be as useful in assisting others as I am. A genuine psychic will be able to put their ego aside. They will not be doing their work primarily for the money. Of course, work that a psychic or healer does is valuable and it deserves compensation. Just like a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, all of those professions, the roles are there to help people, but they do get paid, right? It's the same with a psychic. But you should be wary of somebody who is asking for too much, or they're too focused on getting more and more money from you. They're offering something that will naturally be valuable to you, so you'll be happy to pay for it. So another sign of a true psychic or healer is that the ego can be set aside. They know they're here to help humanity. There's really no point in being alive unless we're helping other people. And someone on a true spiritual path knows this. It's not just about them. It's not just about building up their wealth or gaining fame and fortune. And another thing about a true psychic or healer is that they can set their ego aside to deliver a non-biased message. If they were always in their egos and trying to get things for their own identity and security, and again, fame and fortune, then they wouldn't be able to deliver an unbiased message because they would be always concerned with what they're getting out of it, if that makes sense. Another sign of a true psychic is that they will help you release attachments, not help you stay attached. So a lot of people seek guidance from me and other psychics because they want to find out why a certain person in their life is behaving a certain way, or what the future will bring, just to give them comfort, which is valid. But a psychic who is on a true spiritual path will know that they should guide you toward releasing the attachment, because the attachment is what's driving you crazy, right? And they will help you live a more fulfilling and independent life. And they will also not try to get you to attach yourself to certain objects like crystals and rituals that they're going to try to make you think you need. You don't need to buy something like a crystal or a necklace or any kind of physical object in order to heal or to have the answer. And you also don't need to pay for cord cutting and for other energetic rituals that have to do with you and an attachment to something or someone else. You should be able to release those attachments yourself, and the psychic will help guide you toward the answer that already exists within you. You don't need to have someone else perform some process on you in order to be happy. So if someone on a true spiritual path will know this, and they will offer advice and guidance on your path to self-realization. Here are some things a real psychic will not be able to do. The first one is telling you everything you want to know. If they could accurately predict the exact future, then I don't think they would be a psychic that takes clients and, has a storefront or, talks on TikTok about psychic abilities. They would be working for the CIA or something, right? They would be offering their services to change humanity and create world peace. If you're dealing with a psychic who can accurately predict the exact future 100% of the time, their skills are invaluable to the human race, and they probably won't be who you're talking to about your particular future, if that makes sense. A real psychic also can't always tell you exact names and dates. In fact, I cannot promise in any reading that I will be able to give you the name of your future lover or the date that something's going to happen. But sometimes that information comes through in a reading without me promising it, if that makes sense. It just happens spontaneously. But if a psychic you're dealing with is promising this information, I would be very skeptical. We are not meant to know everything. If you could know the exact future or the names of people you're going to meet, there would be no point in walking this path of a human soul on earth. There are certain things we're just not meant to know. In some of my readings, I reach a limit and I tell my client, we're not meant to know that. This is where I've hit a wall. The universe doesn't want you to know the answer to this because you're supposed to live it. You're supposed to learn some lessons from it. That's why we're here. This is Soul University. We've come here as souls to incarnate and learn amazing lessons we can't learn any other way in the universe. And if we were to be able to go to a psychic and have all the answers all the time, then it would defeat the purpose of being here in Soul University. So I hope all of this helps. discern whether or not you're dealing with a true psychic. And if you'd like to book a session with me, my website is wellnessoneness.com. I look forward to working with you.